Call our meeting to order at 6:30. And the first item on our agenda is public comments. Does anybody have public comments outside of the agenda items? Excellent. Second item, board reorganization. So we don't currently have a chair, so you all need to, someone discuss who you want to be the chair, and then someone will make a motion to appoint one of you a chair, and then someone will second it, and the chair will take over from here.
I'd like to volunteer to nominate myself as the chair, since I've been on the board for many, many years, and I've done boards before, if that's okay with everybody.
Sure.
Sure,
Val?
sure.
So with that in mind...
Didn't you just say you wanted to retire?
Yeah, I know. But we usually don't have this problem with the boards where we walk and we don't have a chair, but things have changed, so...
All right, does
First thing we
someone,
gotta do is roll call.
so who wants to make that motion?
Oh, that's right. Al, would you make the motion, please?
Make a motion that Mr. Homans be appointed as
Chairman.
chairman of the board for the upcoming year.
Second.
Thank you, Carrie.
Um,
We're gonna do a roll
Okay,
call
you're gonna do
vote
it, yeah, yeah.
because we have a remote member. So Zeph, yay or nay?
Are you there, Zeph?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yep, can you hear me?
Yep,
Yes.
That's a yay.
okay. Al,
Yeah,
Carrie,
Yay.
Katrina, sorry.
That's okay. Yay.
Bill,
Oh, we don't have any name tags.
no, I don't.
Oh,
Bill, are you a yay for yourself?
no, I can't vote for myself.
Oh, you can't vote for
No.
yourself. Thank you. So
It's against the
unanimous.
rules.
All right, you take it from here, sir.
Okay, we did roll call, so the first thing I have to do is I have to state this, zoning board of appeal meetings are broadcast live and digitally recorded. This meeting is being held both in person and virtually, which you already heard, pursuant to section 20 of the Acts of 2021, allowing public meetings to be conducted remotely so that board and committee members, as well as members of the public, can participate remotely. We already called the meeting to order. We asked for public comments. We did the reorganization of the board. The first public hearing we're going to have, in accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law 48, Section 10 of the Hubbardston zoning bylaws, the Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on the application of Lewis Nally. The petitioner seeks a variance on the Hubbardston zoning bylaws, Article 5, Section 5.1, Table of Dimensions for the construction of a garage. The subject property is located at 158 Old Westminster Road, identified as Assessors Map 6, Lot 42A, in the residential zoning district. The requested variance is for the relief from the minimum setback requirements of 30 feet, proposing a setback of 13.3 feet. The public hearing will be held tonight, January 14th, the 26th at 6:30 p.m. And it will be taking place at 48 Gardner Road, which is where we are now. So, would you like to come up and present your case?
I thought I already did.
Oh, you did that, this is the public hearing for it, though.
Can I sit right here?
You can, we usually ask folks to come up to the table, but you don't have to. We don't bite.
Okay, I'll come up to the table. So, not sure where to start. My husband died 2 years ago, and we have always heated with wood. So after he died, I have 2 grandchildren that I'm guardianship of. And I thought, okay, I have to start planning for what I can handle, so I switched to pellets. And doing that and knowing you have to lug the pellets in, I thought, gee, it would be great to build a garage so they can drive right in and put my pellets in, and then I don't have to worry about that. So I kind of started the process probably about a year ago. I talked to Mr., I can't remember what
The
his...
building inspector?
Duffy.
Yes, Duffy, is that, yeah. And we kind of went back and forth, and anyway, I finally got it inspected, the survey done, and it came back that we were exactly at 30 feet. So I talked to him, and he said, you know, apply for a building permit. I'll most likely have to deny it, but then he did say, I don't haggle over a few feet. So, we had an architect come out, and he drew up some preliminary plans. We kind of tried to see if we could put it someplace else, but to have access to my house, it was really only in that one spot where it could go. So, we submitted, my contractor, Chris, submitted for the building permit, and we waited a very long time before we heard anything. So I called him and talked to him a little bit, and then the next day, Chris called and said, he sent me a building permit. So I said, what do we do? Because we thought we were going to have to apply for the variance, and he said, we build. So we started the building process, and in that process, he had the new building inspector come out to inspect the foundation, and he said, you can't build. So here we are with the foundation in the ground, and so now I am seeking the variance so that we can go ahead and finish building.
I'm all set. Does anybody on the board have any questions, Al?
I do have, my immediate neighbor couldn't come tonight, but she did send a letter saying that they don't have any problem with it, so.
And which neighbor is this?
I think it's Obie, but her parents own it, so what is I can't think of their name. She's Rebecca, she's on the
Rebecca
list too.
Obie?
Yeah, and her parents live on the next house over.
She lives at 158 Old Westminster Road.
Yes.
And I want to state I have no objection to the addition and fully support Mrs. Nally's request.
I second.
Well, can I, sorry.
Yeah.
I did speak to our town planner, and he suggested to the board and asked me to suggest to you that to be careful about issuing a decision without the decision written in front of you, and suggested that an option would be to close the public hearing, he'll draft a decision, we meet in February to look over his draft, and then issue the decision one way or another so that the phrasing is correct. That's all. I'm just gonna put that out there. Thank you.
This is, I'm sorry, I'm the contractor.
Yeah.
That was hired. So this is
And what's your name, sir?
my name's Chris Mercer, I'm sorry,
Nice to meet you.
as well. This is the planner.
Our town planner, yes, we have a planner. He works for us about 10 hours a week. He couldn't be here in person tonight, so we had a meeting earlier this afternoon, and he talked to me through, this is, as clerk, my first ZBA public hearing. We haven't had a full board in quite some time. We do now, we have some new members, and so he suggested I just let people know when the ZBA issues a decision, usually it's in writing. Well, it's always in writing when they issue the decision. Typically, the board will meet, review the public hearing information, and then they will close the public hearing, we'll go back, he'll draft up the issuance, and we'll come back into a public hearing just to read the issuance and vote on whether we're gonna issue that decision. Now, your 100-day mark, because you applied in November, I think the 18th of November, we have 100 days to issue a decision. That date is up on February 26th, so we would have to come back and meet before February 26th to issue that decision, and then you could proceed with your work if it's a favorable
Is
decision.
Alec online with us tonight?
He's not, he couldn't be here in person.
Because I don't know, how do you feel about that, Al? I don't have a problem with issuing our decision tonight. I don't want to make them wait another month if they want to start
Well, that's
building.
up to you as chairman, how you.
No, we have to
vote.
vote on this. This is up to the board. I wanted to throw that out there. What's that?
I said, sorry.
Here's my problem is, we were issued the permit.
Correct.
Yeah.
We put a foundation in the ground. We also ordered windows, we ordered trusses, they're all sitting out, so, and I'm out of work. That was my next project,
Yeah.
so to wait another month,
Well-
to me, after you guys issued this,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying.
Up to the board, I'm just relaying the message.
I'd like to throw it out to the board. Let's vote on it and figure out what we're gonna do. Now, do we have to close the public hearing and then vote on it? We vote on it before we close the hearing, correct?
No, you can close the public hearing before you issue a decision.
I just wanna go through the numbers, make
Yeah.
sure I don't miss anything here. My first time, I'm sorry. Any more discussion on the issue itself?
Yeah, I have some questions.
Okay.
Based on what you said earlier, you met with the building inspector. The building inspector, it sounds the way you spoke, I want to be clear in my mind, what transpired after or during your conversation with the building inspector, okay? He told you about the 30-foot setback.
Yes,
Okay. And you were aware of the fact that it had to be 30 feet back?
yes,
Okay. And he issued you the permit?
yes,
Okay. And then you poured the foundation?
well, yes, it was a little bit of time after that, it wasn't immediate. It was
Okay,
in
I
July that we,
understand.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
And then you were re-inspected?
yes,
Okay.
by a new building inspector.
Right, but in between the permit being issued and the re-inspection, I thought you said you had met with, the impression I got was you had met with the original building inspector.
After it was given, is that what you said? I'm sorry.
That's the impression I'm getting from
No,
your
no, it
comments.
was, we waited a long time. I think the application went in May.
July, I think it was-
Yeah, I think the application went in May,
Yep.
and Chris kept trying to find out what was going on, and we couldn't get any information. And finally, in July, I was able to get a hold of him and talk to him about it.
Then he came out and did a re-inspection?
No.
The original?
No, as a matter, that he asked me to send in the application. He couldn't find the permit, and he asked me to send it in, so Chris had sent me just his receipt, and I sent that in to him, and then the very next day, he sent Chris a building permit.
Okay, so was his permit granted based on paperwork that he had or saw that confirmed that I'm gonna call it a garage, okay, that the garage was gonna meet the 30-foot setback?
No, it was showing that it wasn't going to meet. All the paperwork showed exactly how it was going to be built.
I believe what happened was Duffy issued the building permit knowing the 30-foot setback requirement, and he issued them a building permit anyway, so that's why they went forward with the construction and then dug it out and poured the foundation. The new building inspector came through the process, came out and said, oh, it's too close, and he's the one that stopped it.
So we did know, so when we started this process, both of us knew we needed 30 feet.
Right.
How you go about it, you fill out the application, you apply, you get denied, then you get a variance, we go for a variance. In the meantime, we knew that. In the meantime, we had a surveyed print, showed all the setbacks. In the meantime, we turned the application in to get our denial letter, and it came back. We got it, I don't know, a few months later, and we got it approved.
July
We were
24th,
both
right?
kind of shocked. We're like, okay, I don't know, maybe there's some sort of bylaw that we don't know about, we don't know all the laws in town. That's when we poured the foundation and so we started that process, the foundation probably not until August maybe, I think.
It was
we had-
September.
Okay, yeah. And so, I mean, they had a long time to review this as well after the fact, and then the town hired the new building inspector. I guess the old one left, something happened, they hired a new one. That's when he came out to inspect the foundation, and he's like, something just doesn't look right here.
Well, I think he had the
Plans.
plans,
Yes, yeah.
because when he came to my door, he said, I kept hoping that it was going to be detached or something like that, because he said, looking at these plans, you have a zoning violation.
Yep.
And I said, well, we knew that, but we were issued a permit, so we thought it was,
I'm all done, thank you.
All right, thanks, Al. Any more discussion? Ladies, do you have any questions?
Zeph?
Zeph, do you have any questions? Are you still there? maybe it'll take a minute for it to get through. Hello? She's in the bottom left corner, I think. No? The microphone's off.
Yeah, she's muted.
Oh, no, so she didn't hear anything.
No, she can hear us.
No,
If she's
Oh,
trying to
just
talk.
We can't hear
Okay.
her. Hello? Zeph?
Hi.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, that's the attorney.
No, it's F, I'm back. Sorry, I dropped out for a minute.
That's okay. Did you hear everything? Any questions?
I can hear you, and I
I missed a lot.
appreciate your letting me in.
I missed what she said, I'm sorry.
There wasn't, go ahead, Zeph. There she goes.
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
I'm Attorney Christine Tree. I'm not sure if you're speaking to me or the other person who is on Teams, but I can hear you, and thank you for letting me into the meeting. I am going to listen and wait for the correct opportunity to speak. When you get to the matter I'm here for.
Who's that?
Who's that one?
She's here for, I think, Pitcherville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
believe she is.
This is a different hearing, I'm sorry.
Zeph, do you have any questions or comments regarding Miss Nally's presentation?
I have just been let into the meeting, so I haven't seen the presentation. I am here for the ZBA meeting. I don't know if
This is the
I
ZBA.
followed the link on the calendar.
Christine, you are in the right meeting. We are addressing 158 Old Westminster Road, their public hearing, and the other participant is one of our board members, and we are asking her if she has any opinions.
Okay, thank you. I will wait until we get to 43 Pitcherville Road, and thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
That's okay.
No problems. Zeph, are you there?
There she goes.
Yeah, I have no questions at this time, no.
Okay,
I
thank
have read
you.
the documentation. Thank you.
And I already asked you one, you said no, correct?
No questions.
I'd like to take a vote or close the hearing. What do we do next?
Someone needs to take a motion, make a motion to close the public hearing if you're ready to do that.
Okay, we're ready to close the hearing. If somebody will please make a motion to close the
I will
hearing.
motion to close the hearing.
Can I have a
Second.
second? Thank you.
And then we need to
Do you
make
get
a
the names?
motion to issue a decision or not.
Right. Can someone make a motion so we could vote yea or nay on the variance, please?
Are we voting tonight? I feel like,
Are you, is
I
everybody
will
good?
motion to say yes, but if we're against issuing it tonight, then,
I
Well, we're
make a
going to motion to make a decision,
Right,
right? Motion
right.
to make a decision.
So let's have a
Okay.
motion to vote yea or
Why
nay
can't you
on
make
it.
the motion to arrive at the decision after 2 public hearings are concluded? And the
I'd like
board
to-
can-
I'd like
board
to
can meet in
vote.
private.
I'd like to vote and vote on it tonight.
Yeah, we would be voting on it tonight after the 2 public hearings. We stay in session and we discuss this and then we vote.
Well, so there's still one motion on the table. We need to do a roll call vote to close the public hearing. Katrina made a motion to close it. Carrie seconded it. We need to
So we need a roll call vote.
Yep, sorry,
So, you're right. Zeph, did you hear what we were talking about? We need to make a motion. We're making a motion, we have a
Ye-
motion to close the hearing. Is that a yay from you?
Yes. That's a yay. Thank you.
Is that a yay from you, ladies?
yes to close.
Yeah.
Al?
Yes.
Motion carries. The public hearing is closed.
And then we need a motion, yes, we want to make an affirmative decision, no, we want to make a negative decision.
So all in favor?
Or you can make a motion to allow Alec to write a decision and come back to it at a next meeting.
As chairman, I don't believe I can make a motion.
You cannot.
I'd like to vote on it tonight and word it out properly and have Alec review it, because once we yea or nay the motion, I believe they can get started on what they have to do. I'd like to have Alec draft it so we can look at it, or we could do it remotely with him and all that. So just we know we wrote it up properly since it's all our first time. But I'd like to give them the opportunity to start their project.
Yeah.
So,
Can I make a suggestion, just as an administrative suggestion? I would suggest, based on my conversation with Alec, if you all are available next week, to have a meeting Wednesday or Thursday next week, have Alec write the decision, meet, review it, vote on it next week, and then you could start, if that's amendable to everybody. That would be a suggestion.
is that agreeable to the board?
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you,
I
Zach.
forgot you were there, I'm sorry. So, I believe now we need to vote.
Well, so someone will need to make the motion,
motion.
sorry, for Alec to draft the opinion and meet next week to finalize it.
I will make the motion to do that and have Alec draft the opinion. We'll meet next week.
Thank you.
Yep.
Second.
And then roll call vote.
Any discussion on the motion on the floor?
None.
Not hearing any. All in favor, roll call, please.
Aye.
Al?
Aye.
Carrie, aye.
Katrina, aye.
Zeph?
Aye.
Thank you. Chairman, aye. Motion carries unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was stressful.
We worked it out. Thank you for being our guinea pigs.
Thank you very much.
Please.
All right.
Yes,
I'll
I'll let you know. We'll pick a meeting date at the end of this meeting, and I'll let you know what day next week, and you're welcome to come, and then I will give you a call when we've got it all situated.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I apologize. That was stressful.
When you don't really know what you're doing. The next one should be easy now.
I've never run a town board. I've done other board meetings.
Same.
It's different.
Yes, it's a little bit more political.
All right, so we're gonna go into our next hearing. Again, I gotta read this all off again. So in accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law 48, Section 10, the Town of Hubbardston zoning bylaws and the Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on the application of Daryl Gagney. The petition is seeking a variance under the Hubbardston zoning bylaws, Article 5, Section 5.1, Table of Dimensions for the construction of a new home. The subject property is located at 43 Pitcherville Road, identified as Assessor's Map 3, Lot 197 in the residential zoning district. The requested variance is for relief from the minimum frontage requirement of 200 feet, proposing a frontage of 100 feet variance. The public hearing will be held on Wednesday, tonight, January 14th at 6:30 p.m. and take place at 48 Gardner Road. Mr. Gaddy, would you like to come up, sir?
I guess so, yeah.
You don't have the entourage with you.
Huh?
You don't have an entourage.
No
with
entourage,
you.
just
We
me.
have somebody online for you, though.
You do.
And you
Not
have,
for me.
that's not for you?
No, no one I know.
This is Attorney Christine Tree. Your microphone is muted, Christine. Hello?
I think she sent me an email that I didn't open because I was in back-to-back meetings all day
Yeah.
long.
Hello, Christine? Are you, oh, there you
There.
go.
There she goes.
Now I'm audible again. So yes, I'm Attorney Christine Tree. Unfortunately, close to Christmas tree, but that is my name. And I'm here on behalf of an abutter, Mr. Gilbert Nevin.
And whereabouts does he live?
55 Pitcherville Road.
Few
55?
houses up. Yep, few
Okay.
houses. But must be a few houses up.
Okay.
Can you have the name again of the abutter, please?
What was the abutter's name?
Nevin?
Gilbert Nevin.
Gilbert.
So
Okay.
if I look on the assessor's map, it is lot 46 on Pitcherville Road. And there is a residence on there, so it's their residence. His wife's name is Arlene, and I believe she is the person on the deed for the house.
pink map right there we'll have there, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she's a direct abutter, and if I am looking at the subject property from the road, she is so this 55 Pitcherville is 1, 2, 3, 4 houses, but in the back, it directly abuts the property.
All right.
All right,
All right, going, Mr. Gagnon, could you
sure.
state your presentation, please?
Sure, you have all the documentation, but this lady doesn't, so I'll start from the beginning, I guess. So I purchased the property about 2 years ago, and in the process of building a home, you had to get a building permit, you had to put a well on, you had to, get septic design, you had to get all this stuff done, had to get a driveway up there. And so that was done. Submitted the building permit. In the process, since July of 2024, I believe, I've been trying to purchase this little strip of property in front to try to take care of the frontage issue. I even stopped the process for about 3 months trying to do that, and it didn't work out too well, so it's unknown owner, so that happened from a remnant of land from when they moved the road in 1938. So I abandoned that and decided to go with submit the permit, get the denial, and go for a variance. It's for a single-family home up there, so. I think, is there any other information you need, Christine?
I did receive a copy of the application that you put in,
Oh, okay.
and the site plan as well, and the narrative.
Oh, you did, okay.
So, yeah, I did receive a copy, a little bit in pieces, and if you could let me know, I did see your mention of an extremely long driveway being installed.
It is.
Approximately where on the lot is the proposed house going to be located?
Where is it? It's going to be at the top of that driveway. It's 685 feet off the road, which I would never have done knowing what I know now. Having to pay $30,000 for electrical poles is not very appealing. But so that's where the house would go. I don't know if you had a plot plan with the location of the house.
Again, I've received kind of pictures, but there is a plan on record,
Okay,
the
yes.
1998 A&R plan,
Okay.
that obviously I have a clear picture of with the boundaries at the creation of the lot.
Right.
I
Okay.
can pull it up and share my screen.
I can pull it up if, I don't know if you would want me to share my screen at all. I know it's difficult for the board members there to see it on a laptop.
I can share the plans that were submitted to the board, so you can see what we are all looking at.
I'd be happy to look at those.
Is your concern where the driveway is going?
My concern is that this is an application that doesn't meet the requirements for the granting of a variance.
That's okay, it's cool. I'm not-
What's that, Al?
No, I'm just talking to
Yeah.
Oh,
to my
okay.
peers. Just talking to them.
Papers all out. This is the well,
No, this is the
and because
septic.
we don't overlay,
It's just the house.
That's the house right there.
This is the house?
this is the house right here.
This
There's
is the
your
well, and there's the septic
Yes.
design over in here.
Yeah.
And there's separate pages with the design.
That's way off the road.
Thank
It
you.
was a dream for a while there, but then all of a sudden, when I started getting costs together, it wasn't so fun. But the well's in, septic design's done, so it's like,
without me pulling everything up more, and I don't have any service to my phone, I can't use
Right.
any of that. When you come down Pitcherville Road from 68,
Yeah.
and you're going down Pitcherville Road, which side of the road is this?
It's on the left, right after my land borders the quarry there,
Okay.
the Fletcher.
Yeah, the pits.
It borders that.
Okay.
That's
All
where
right,
it
so
goes
it's up on the left going
And
up
then
the
it goes
hill.
behind like the next two homes.
And does it go up the hill?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, I know where it is. Right across from the other solar field, across the street. up
Not
there.
right across, but yeah, it's not far from it.
Okay. I don't have any questions.
Me neither.
Do we,
I had a
do we know how many, I'm
question.
so sorry,
No,
so
that's
I should
okay.
raise my hand. My
No,
my
no.
committee tends to talk all the time, so I just.
Yeah, that's fine. I talk a lot too, so I apologize.
Mr. Chairman, may I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Leanne, do we know, and I maybe should have asked this question earlier, but just how many times the board has issued a variance for 100-foot?
It's
Rather than-
never been done before.
Okay,
I've been on since '84, we've never granted a variance for frontage.
Now, there is something called the pork chop law, which I was told about,
Correct. And
and my land goes to 400 feet right
The-
away.
Again, I want to overstep with breaking any
No,
rules
that's
here.
okay.
My opinion on this, you created your own hardship, sir, and a bad investment for a lot that you can't get frontage on. The zoning bylaws were created by the town back in the 60s. They had no zoning, and the original setbacks and requirements was 100 feet of frontage and an acre of land, and then they changed it after that to 200 feet of frontage and 2 acres of land. I think there might be another avenue for you to go to help you in your endeavor here to make this a legal building lot for you. I don't believe the variance is, I don't feel comfortable, we can't grant a variance for 100 feet of frontage. It's just. there's
sets
no-
a precedent.
Well, it would set a precedent, but it's in violation of our bylaws. And if you look under the hardship aspect of a variance application, you bought the land and the law doesn't stipulate, they feel bad that you didn't know. And that,
I knew what the frontage was and the variance, and
Right,
I had been told about the pork chop law, and
Right.
I had been told that Hubbardston did recognize it.
right, we have in the past, but
Right.
I don't know if we've ever granted a pork chop lot in town. I don't
Right, but
recall.
it doesn't mean it's not legal to have that with,
Right,
because
right,
of
but
that
Sir,
law.
and again, this is my opinion, the board.
Yeah, I
The
understand.
board all
I
gets to
understand.
weigh in on this. I think the way to fix this, sir, is to get this, I don't know why the town hasn't fixed it.
I've tried for a year and a half. She knows,
We're
we've
working
been
on
dealing
it.
with it
Well,
for
I
a
think the
long,
other,
long
I think the
time.
other problem, unfortunately to you, sir, and you applied for this variance, and what's the cost now for a variance?
Pretty
It was 500 and something bucks.
It's a lot of money. So I really feel bad about that, but we've never done that before. I think, in talking with our town planner, there might be another way around that, for you to create the frontage, fix this lot, have the town be able to sell you, you incur the cost, or whatever they have to do to fix this for you. There might be an avenue for that.
That's what I was told originally from someone in the town. I don't remember who it was. Wasn't the building inspector, town assessor, when I first started in 2024, whenever that was. He said, yeah, as long as you pay all of the fees and everything, then we'll just incorporate that land into yours, which I assume is what they did with the Fletcher property, because you can see the road was stopped
Correct.
at his property. It must have continued.
Right.
It did continue, actually.
Right.
So, yes, that has been something I've been trying to do for a while, as she knows. Melanie, so,
So I feel bad you applied for the variance.
well, that's okay. That's minor compared to what I've paid so far.
But that's my opinion. I'd like to open it up to the board to get their opinions on this. Al?
I would like to ask the attorney what her field of expertise is, please.
If the question is, what is my field of expertise? Is that the question?
Yes. Do you specialize
Okay.
in land use or realty or what?
Yes, so my practice both has an estate planning and elder law practice, and then it has a zoning and municipal practice. So I've practiced before zoning boards in many of the cities and towns. I've served as the assistant solicitor for the city of Fitchburg, and I currently chair the zoning board in Fitchburg.
What issues do you see regarding this particular lot that you would like to present to the board, please?
I'll try to keep it brief because I know zoning boards, of course, don't like to be told things that they already know, but I'm just gonna go through the variance criteria. As you know, variances are difficult to grant because the board has to find some very specific things exist for the property. It's not a simple evaluation that takes into account things like effects on the neighborhood. Is it a good property? Is the project well funded? Things that are more discretionary in nature, like a special permit. A variance must find the following things. Number one, that there is a circumstance related to the soil shape, topography, or an existing structure which is unusual in the district that creates a hardship, a substantial hardship, financial or otherwise. And number two, that if the board finds that these circumstances exist, the relief can be granted without, it says derogating from the purposes of the ordinance, but really it means it doesn't fly in the face of the purpose of zoning ordinance. I did send a letter by email this afternoon, which is I know is late, so I wanted to appear just to briefly review the points. First of all, if frontage is the only issue, insufficient frontage alone can't support a variance because otherwise every lot with insufficient frontage would in fact get a variance, which would make zoning basically inapplicable. And at least in the application, that's the only issue that was raised as that would relate to soil shape, topography, or an existing structure. The second issue is the hardship. The hardship that was raised was the sunk costs into the property. I feel bad for the applicant because certainly knowing that the frontage was an issue which required a variance at the beginning, no other work should have been begun on the property until that issue was resolved. Because without that issue, none of the other things can go forward.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was told... I'm sorry to interrupt, but the reason all this has been done is it had to get done to get the building permit. And then I did the minimal to get the building permit. And then once the building permit was, I had to wait for the building permit to get denied to do the variance. I tried to do the variance beforehand to see where I stood, and I couldn't do that.
So a zoning determination from the building commissioner would also be a way to go, and all you have to do is, describe the issue with the frontage. There's a plan of record that showed all of the dimensions, including the frontage. Right. And again, I have sympathy because I understand this is news coming to you later. But the point I was trying to raise is that the court has found that these kind of sunk expenses into preparation of a lot don't qualify as the kind of financial hardship which is meant or intended by the statute. And again, there's a case cited there if the board members want to read it. The third point is that the lack of frontage is a self-inflicted hardship, not by this particular person, not by the applicant. But this lot was created in 1998 as part of an A&R plan. The A&R plan, and I did enclose a copy of that, it is on public record with the Registry of Deeds, specifically states no determination as to compliance with zoning is made or intended. That 1998 plot separated this particular lot with its 100 feet of frontage from the remaining McAdams land, and that I believe is Assessor's Map Lot number 157, which does itself have adequate frontage and left this lot without adequate frontage. So that's a self-created hardship. It occurred at the time that the 1998 plan creating the lot was made and approved, not when the moving of the road in 1938, which obviously predates not only this person's ownership, but also the creation of the lot. And again, there's a case, 2 cases there on self-inflicted hardship. I have 4 and 5, and then I'll be done. The fourth one is that the inability to purchase that front lot is not an issue related to the shape, soil topography, or an existing structure. And even if the owner is located or the property is placed up for sale, there's no guarantee that Mr. Gagne would be able to be the purchaser, either due to an unwilling buyer or a higher bidder. I don't know what will happen, but it's not part of the variance criteria set forth in the statute. And then finally is the point that I believe Mr. Chair was talking about, which is that this is a substantial reduction. It's cutting it in half. The frontage that it's required. Everywhere else in Hubbardston, we have 200 to 300 feet. So I don't know how that happens without that substantially taking away from the purposes of the zoning ordinance, which when I look at it, include minimizing density, and certainly in the district this is located. So that's the summary. I don't know what the board's action is going to be, but I encourage, if it has the time, to read the letter, and I appreciate your allowing my comment.
Bill, can I ask her a question?
Sure.
Christine, I'm just curious, the people you represent, the abutters, their issue with this is just the frontage, or is it that land, I'm just curious why they would hire you to come today?
I'm not developing it.
More development in the neighborhood.
Okay.
Any other questions, folks?
Yeah, I have additional questions. if I
Al on
may,
the board.
please. If I may. Attorney Tree, I'm not either in favor or against denying the variance. I'm just asking questions in order, with the board, to gather information in order to allow me to arrive at a concrete, defensible position. I'm asking on behalf of the property owner. Do you consider granting him or her any leeway if the previous owners in 1938 gave the town permission to put the road in, and it's been approximately 88 years or 80 years plus since the town has known about this one parcel just being unknown owner, and somebody comes by and buys it, well, isn't the town just as liable as the owner who may do things that aren't in keeping with zoning restrictions? Because the town never sought to clarify that particular piece of property that would have allowed this parcel
I want to clarify, because I don't know if sometimes it's not heard correctly over video. The road taking was in 1938, but this lot was not created until 1998. So this lot was part of a bigger 80-acre parcel at the time that the town did the taking or moved the road, or however you want to look at it. And so this parcel at that point in time, number one, because it was 1938, we didn't have a zoning requirement for 200 feet of frontage, wouldn't have looked at this as an issue, but also because it was part of a bigger lot at that time. And that bigger lot did have frontage at other places on Pitcherville Road and I think on Birchill Road. So the act that created the problem was the 1998 plan, separating this into a different lot, which, looking at the plan, was known to be not conforming with the zoning. There's this concept of grandfathered lots, and I did try to look through and see if this lot might qualify as a grandfathered lot. That would require that at the time the lot was created, that it complied with zoning, that it was held in single ownership, but that the zoning later changed. And as long as it met the minimum requirement of 50 feet of frontage and 5,000 square feet, and I think we, with the passage of the Affordable Home Act, we have some other leeway. But because it was created in 1998 when the frontage requirement was 200 feet, this is the only part of the lot that I know to be non-conforming, but it's not a grandfathered lot. And certainly if somebody else wants to look at that on Mr. Gagne's behalf, I think that's a good idea, but I don't see the qualification for it.
I agree with you on
I will say that if more frontage is needed, there's a couple other abutters there that are known that could be bought from. But it's also not my job to suggest the resolution for Mr. Gagne. I represent Mr. Nevin.
I did check on that 1.4 acre lot on the corner of, on the far right-hand corner of my lot, but he was not willing to sell. That was Jim Fletcher owns it.
Right.
Graves. I did look at that possibility. Talked to him a few times about it.
So you don't believe that the town bears any responsibility from 1998 to present to clarify who the owner of this vacant parcel is?
Well, they did. They did hire a lawyer to look into what it was, but it's unknown
I'm
owner.
talking about since 98. So
Yeah,
since 98, they've known that is there.
Right, as an unknown owner, and
Right.
they've checked the records, and there's no owner like
Steve had them hire a lawyer, our assessor,
yeah,
When?
this
a
past
couple weeks
year.
ago.
Yeah,
Months
a couple
ago.
weeks ago, this past year, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying from 98 to present, this lot would have shown this particular piece of property is unknown,
Yeah.
right? So the town never undertook any effort to clarify who this owner was.
I don't believe they're required to.
Yeah.
Is there any, Christina, is there any rule or regulation out there saying the town has to clarify this unless somebody brings it forward?
No. In the approval of the original A&R plan, the planning board at that point in time, if it was alleged to be a lot that had sufficient frontage, had the obligation to verify that. But as I'm sure you know, A&R plans also contain non-buildable lots that are
Correct.
simply separated. I think that the two issues that I can think of regarding town responsibility might have been, number one, to properly assess the value of the lot on whether it was actually buildable or not.
Correct.
Right? Because if it doesn't meet zoning qualifications
It's unbuildable.
and it's being assessed as a buildable lot, And I don't know that I'm going to say liable, but I'm going to say it would be appropriate for the assessor's office to have looked at the issue in the time that has passed. As far as the unknown land, again, this is an assessor's issue. The assessor is responsible for making sure that all of the land in the town is appropriately identified and the owner's taxed where appropriate. So there's a sliver here. It certainly does appear as a separately numbered lot on the assessor's map. It's 197A. So at least since that point in time, and you'd have to go back and see what the assessor's records say, there's been a separately identified lot with no owner attached to it. And towns vary on how diligently they pursue that issue. But there's land there that could be taxed that's not being taxed. And if the town's not the owner, there's a point at which the value of the unpaid taxes or the unassessed taxes, because there's an assessing process to deal with as well, it becomes fruitful for the town to begin the process of imposing a tax lien and then taking and eventually a foreclosure. It helps the town have property that's productively used.
And that's one aspect of my questioning here about this particular parcel, okay? 88, 98 to present, the town had this large lot of, what, 12 or 13 acres? 13 acres, that if they undertook the effort to determine the owner, it would raise the value of the property significantly.
Correct.
Correct? But the town did nothing. So that's almost 20 plus years. Now this, and I'm not, again, I want to reiterate, I'm not for or against this petitioner. All I'm saying is, he comes along, or she could come along, any one of us here at the board could come along, buy a piece of property, and then all of a sudden we're looking at a strip of land that, if it had been clarified in 98, would have been a taxable lot right away. Town would have been be able to enforce it, collect monies on the property in accordance to what the property has potential for. But now we've got this adverse lot, for want of a better definition, that nobody can seem to resolve.
Which it needs to be resolved, but getting back to the...
Yeah, that's outside of
the
this.
fact, right, to the fact on the variance application and the hearing we have and we're working on here. And I agree with you, Al, I think the town dropped the ball here. I think we need to finish our application hearing. Do we have any more questions about the variance application that he put in? I've given my view. You've asked your questions. Are there any more, so we can kind of give him a decision on this?
For the record, Christine, I want to tell you that we're not going to be developing that land. So you can assure your client that that's not going to happen.
I will certainly pass along the message, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I would just say I appreciate the practical tech questions on taxation and identification, and the thoughtfulness about does the town have an issue here. The assessor's office will likely respond that every year you can ask for an abatement, and the owner should have asked for an abatement at some point in time. But all of these issues aren't relative to the decision about the variance. As much as we like to think about issues like, policy, or is a good project, or, do we like the single family home? The variance decision is limited to those criteria in the statute. So I would just ask the board to remain, and I understand the difficulty, but to remain with the criteria that it has to consider.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments, folks?
Do you want to ask Zeph if she has any?
Oh, Steph, do you have any comments? Zeph?
No, I don't. You actually have all asked the questions I had in mind.
Thank you very much. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing, please?
Motion to close?
Second.
We'll do a vote on the motion on the floor to close the public hearing. All in favor, roll call, please.
Aye.
Carrie,
Yeah.
aye.
Katrina, aye.
Aye.
And Bill, aye. Chairman, aye.
Aye.
So the public hearing is closed. Can I get a motion to make a vote?
Motion to vote?
Do you have a comment over there?
Well,
Well, I'm going to reiterate, I would maybe take the same path forward as you did in the last one. Yeah, so you state how you're leaning, and then Alec will render
we'll let Alec write it up to make sure we fit the criteria up. I wish we had Christina doing this with, she's very good. Do we have somebody second? We did, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, can you
Well, I made the motion,
can you
but I don't
reiterate
know
the
that I made the
motion?
motion you wanted me to
Yeah.
actually make, right?
Well, it's
Okay.
not what I want.
The motion.
A
I
motion
know
could
what you
be,
mean. Yes,
a
yes.
motion could be to tell Alec that you're leaning towards a positive or negative determination and have him draft up a decision that you will review and vote on at our next meeting.
And we have a second on that.
We haven't had it made
A motion,
yet.
yeah.
A first
Yes.
made yet.
So that's the motion. Is that okay with you?
Is that okay with me?
Yes, you made the motion. You
I
got it.
didn't make the motion, yes. So we had a second to the motion?
You first it?
I did.
That was to close it though, wasn't it?
No, we already did that. We're making a motion as to how to vote on this.
Ah, gotcha.
Carrie made a motion based on my suggestion.
Yes.
Gotcha, okay.
And could I get someone to second that motion?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Roll call vote, please.
What is the motion, if I could get a reading of the motion, please? What are we voting? Yes to grant the variance or no to deny, please?
Motion is to let Alec know how you're leaning. He will draft the decision and you will vote on the decision at
At the
our
next
next
hearing.
meeting. You might want to clarify how you're leaning. I think I know,
I
but
think that, yes.
No, I'm abstaining.
You're abstaining?
Yep.
My motion is negative on the variance.
okay. So the motion is negative on the variance, have Alec draft it. We will come back next
You have to
week
get-
to read it.
Can you-
Is that clear for everybody?
Yes,
How,
I think
make
what
sure
it
it comes
is.
out correctly.
Yeah.
But we have a
Yes,
motion.
is that, are you, yes, because we need to know that everybody is leaning towards. that
Basically,
one
it's
way.
it's
Yes.
denied, they just need to put it in
Yes,
proper writing.
yes.
But we still have to have a vote of the board.
But it's,
If you're
yeah.
okay voting now, Chairman votes no.
Well, we're not voting on we're not voting on yes or no. The motion that Carrie is suggesting is to make a motion to let Alec know that you all are leaning towards a negative determination, to please draft the determination that you will vote on next week.
Isn't it wasteful at this time?
Can you clarify why he,
Yeah, isn't it wasteful
You
at
can
this
just
time
deny it.
to have
Can
them
you-
write up
I think
a
we just
motion?
need to deny
And then
it.
The-
people,
I don't think we need to do that.
Well, the reason for it is because you have to issue a denial letter with the proper verbiage.
correct.
And we don't have that verbiage in front of us to vote on.
But we
So-
we haven't made a formal vote. So he should make two pieces of paper, one that say we grant and one that say we deny, correct?
Well, yes, in Carrie's
This is very
motion,
unusual. We never do it this way.
Carrie's motion was to suggest that you are wanting to deny it. Please make a motion in that direction. You could make a motion to have him draft two letters, one in favor and one in denial, that you could vote in, but that's a lot of extra work for Alec if you are leaning towards a denial. The reason to not vote as Alex stated this morning, is because the verbiage, a variance determination, whether positive or negative, gets registered with the Registry of Deeds. And you want the verbiage to be legally conforming and accurate. And so if you're voting on verbiage that you're not actually looking at, it would be made up after the fact, would be a little bit incorrect. So that's the reasoning behind it.
So you're saying we're not giving an official vote, we're gonna have Alex write up our motion of our denial of the variance, and we'll vote on it at a meeting next week.
Correct.
That's quite literally what we just did for the last hearing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right,
Okay.
right.
same thing.
So what is,
Theirs was
What are we
positive,
arguing
this
about?
would be negative.
so what is it,
That's-
what is the
Yes,
date of the
exactly.
hearing of next week?
We have to decide that after.
Yeah,
Because I have planning board Thursday night, so,
we can decide that after.
okay.
Bill, I think Zep has been trying to, she's been trying to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, Zeph.
So I guess I'm a bit, but this is my first time on here. Have we been doing this prior, or is this new, and will this be used for future meetings? Just sort of debate the subject now and vote on it later.
We normally don't do that. We normally vote at the meeting, but since we're all brand new, as a chair, I've chaired a lot of the different meetings when not town government aspects, so we contacted
This is the first zoning board of appeals meeting we've had since Alec was hired as our town planner. Prior to that, we did not have a town planner. We only had a planning board, zoning board, Concom.
Right.
And that was his suggestion as our paid professional. Take that as you will.
So this is gonna be, unfortunately, we're gonna deal with right now. Hopefully our next meetings are gonna be better run and better done.
Unfortunately, Alec couldn't be here tonight, so that's all. He could probably say this all.
So the
more
motion
eloquently
basically means, the motion basically means we are not technically voting tonight on deciding the variance request.
tonight. Correct.
So is everybody okay with this, so we can make a vote?
I mean, I think we have to be.
All right.
We're
Roll call
gonna keep
vote,
having the same
please.
circle.
Right, we're in a,
I think there's probably a more
Dive, yeah.
efficient way we can do this,
Yes.
but it's
Correct.
just because it's tonight.
growing
and I
pains.
think we should just go
Correct.
with what Alex
Correct.
is.
Yes, the professional opinion.
I would also like to have, with a planning background myself, I'd actually like to meet with him as well at some point before the meeting
Absolutely.
or during that meeting.
did she just vote? I can't.
Nope, she didn't vote. You want to do
No.
roll call?
Yeah, I want to do roll call vote, please. Al?
Abstain.
Carrie, aye.
Katrina, I.
Zeph?
Aye.
Chairman, aye. One abstention and 4 ayes. Motion carries. Sorry, sir.
No, it's okay, thank you all. Appreciate
will-
the information.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I left a couple of messages in the last few weeks and emails, and haven't heard back from the tax collector if they've started taxing the property or what the story is with it.
I'm
'Cause we talked about it, what, in July? I think?
the little property.
Yeah, the little property.
But anyways,
No.
let's finish the hearing here first.
We'll check.
Give us
Oh, I'm
a
sorry, I
minute.
thought you were
Give us some,
Oh,
is there any other zoning board of appeals business we need to take care of after these 2 hearings here?
So, administrative matters, current vacancies, we have none. Matters,
Board members, I'm going to leave. Thank you for your time this evening, and I wish you luck with the meeting.
thank you.
very
Attorney.
much.
I'm gonna go too.
Thank you, Daryl, we'll be in touch.
Bye,
Matters not reasonably anticipated by chair, I think that's setting the date for the next meeting.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn you, Zeph, sorry you have to look at me. I'm just gonna pull up the meeting schedule for next week.
Planning board is on,
No planning, nope, that's this week. Planning board's on Thursday,
the 22nd.
assessing on Wednesday, but we could do before or after, either one.
It would be pretty quick.
Yeah, there's no meetings on Tuesday next week. But it was someone couldn't do Tuesdays? Is that, nope, okay, never mind.
I'm open.
I'm a no to the second Thursday of the month, but that's not
That's
that one.
right.
Yeah.
Is next Tuesday, is
No,
that okay with everybody? That would be the 20th.
I'd probably, this coming Tuesday?
The 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would become,
I won't be able to attend.
Let's see.
you want to look at Wednesday?
Definitely can't attend, cannot attend Wednesday.
No?
No.
What day can you attend?
Well, we could do it
that's-
Thursday before the planning board, do it 6.
That, for me, right now, that's up in the air. Maybe our peer in Madagascar will be here by then, and you'll have a quorum. But right now, my situation is kind of up in the air as to what will be occurring in my home
Sorry to hear that.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and subsequent days after that. So it's kind of up in the air.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Let's see.
maybe we
Monday's
gotta check with her and see when she'll be back, so that way the meeting can continue.
Jeff, would you be available any day next week?
Leanne, I'm back on, I'm back, I return on Friday, so anytime next week is fine.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so
Tuesday night is better for me. If
Or
that
Tuesday.
matters to anybody?
Tuesday the
Karen?
27th, okay?
No, 20th.
The
The
20th.
20th, I'm sorry. I thought that's.
Works for me.
Tuesday the
All right,
20th.
ZBA.
Okay.
Just throwing this out there, the storm that we're getting this weekend, it's not supposed to carry that far, right? That we're planning this and then,
What?
yeah, there's snow. We're supposed to get snow this weekend, as far as I understand. I'm heading to Vermont, so that's why I've been paying attention to the weather.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how close to this line, and Hubbardston's its own weather system anyway, so.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, mix of weather.
So we should be good by
50%.
Tuesday.
Be fine by
Okay, so we should be good by Tuesday.
And it should
I
be-
just wanted to make sure.
What
It should be a
time
quick meeting.
was that on Tuesday?
We're just cold.
Does 6:30 work for everybody?
Works for me,
Yeah.
is that
Seems to
okay
be.
with you folks?
Yep.
Tuesday, 1/20, 0/20. 6:30. Okay, I will get that posted.
I
tomorrow.
won't tell you all how nice it is here in Morocco.
It's actually, it was 51 degrees here today. It wasn't that terrible.
51?
It was.
I had 41 at my house.
Well, I was near Boston, so I guess I
Oh,
lucked out with
okay.
the.
Mr. Chairman, you have 2 more agenda items, public comments and adjournment.
Oh,
Well,
any public comments? Is nobody
please
here, the
speak.
public? They're all gone. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Is everybody all set? or-
Motion to
Yeah, motion
adjourn?
Second.
Okay?
All in
Non-debatable. All in favor?
Katrina,
Vote
I.
I
Aye.
I
We are adjourned. Thank you very much, hon. Thank you.